Executive Director, Director Clarete. Good morning, sir. If you have a presentation, you may proceed.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and
Thank
good
you, ma'am.
morning. Uh, yes, I think you have also have a copy, hard copy of our presentation. So, yeah, okay. So, Mr. Chairman, the the PCED, as you may well know already, that was created way back in 1974 by Presidential Decree 453. Its mandate is to provide financial and moral support to the research, teaching, training, and other programs of the School of Economics of the University of the Philippines. Um, in particular, the mandate of the PSED is to provide support to the functions of the UP School of Economics in terms of its teaching, research, and training. Okay. Or that's okay, Mr. Chairman. So next slide, please. Uh, the, 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 uh, the next slide will show the organization. Next slide, Neri. Yeah. So we just have really a board of trustees made up mostly of the cabinet secretaries. The chair is the NEDA Director General. And I am also a member of the board of trustees as an executive director. And by the way, the executive director is ex officio the dean of the School of Economics. Of UP, yes. And most of our staff are actually on a part-time basis. We only have about 8 permanent full-time staff. But most of the principals, like myself, we are just really doing part-time work for PSED. Because the main function of PSED is really to provide financial and moral support to the functions of the School of Economics. So in the next slide, we attempt to put some logic in what we are doing as PSED. So down below, we have these 4 activities in the bottom row of that slide. We conduct economics training, we disseminate knowledge from our research, we generate research, and most importantly, we produce graduates in economics. And with these outputs of the School of Economics, this is supported by PSED, we provide support to the overall economy. So the public and private sector will have access to competent economists. There will be also enhanced knowledge about the workings of the economy, the impact of public and policies and regulations. And this will contribute eventually for the economic development of the country and hopefully the alleviation of poverty. PSED's fund is made up, next slide, of 2 sources. One, we have a regular fund. This one is coming from an endowment fund that used to be 17 million in 1974 and 1979. Now this has already ballooned to 120 million pesos through our prudent investments of the fund. The other source of support is the national government support, which started in 2012 with 14.5 million, 2013 another 14.5 million, and 2014, 21 million. On the regular fund, we earn something like 7 million pesos a year out of our 120 million corporate funds. And this we use for the research of the UPSE, activities of the UPSE faculty, and personal services of an MOE of PSED. Next. In terms of the framework of the DBM, we only have one major final output, which is research and developmental services. And we have 3 performance indicators: the number of research projects, the quality of our research projects, and the timeliness by which we deliver our research. In 2013, most of our budget, also in 2014, our budgets were focused really on research. So for example, in 2013, we had 24 research papers. And in 2014, we are working on 29, again, on research papers. 2015, we hope to do 27, 34 research activities. So what we are asking for...
Sir, I only have 18 here.
2015, sorry,
For
18,
2015,
2015, 27 outputs po.
I have 18 research papers here enumerated.
Hmm.
2015 planned research. I'm on page 8 and 9.
I have
How many do you have, sir? I have only 18 here.
18. I have 27, 3.
What page is this?
This is now slide number, page 4.
Page 4 pala yan.
Page 4. Page
Your
4.
page 8 and 9. Page 9 only has 18.
Towards the
For
end.
2015. 18 or 27?
Okay.
Ma'am, can you forward it to page 9?
Okay. 2015 planned research.
Yes. 18?
Mr. Chairman, let me explain that. This is just a call of the planned research, and the call is continuing.
Okay. So as of now to.
As of now, yes.
Okay,
But
sir.
in our planned research, which is in this particular slide number 4, page 4, we plan to get more than that.
Okay, sir. Do proceed.
Okay. In terms of the financing of this particular activity, in 2015, we are asking for 13 million pesos, and that will all be dedicated for the research activities of the School of Economics. We do not have any funds like for the graduate student research program and fellows in residence, so we don't have those activities that are funded. So we seek to fund that from some other sources. So that's what we are asking only for this year, 13 million. That ends my presentation.
Mga magkano po per research paper, sir?
It varies po. Basically, a paper will be around 250,000 if undertaken by one particular person.
These are prepared research papers already or gagawin pa lang?
Gagawin po.
Who decides what topics will be written about?
Mostly the faculty would make the decision of that. In the sense like we trust the faculty to be also cognizant of the relevant policy issues that are economic policy issues that are important for the country. Let me add, Mr. Chairman, if other agencies would like us to do some studies, we entertain that particular request also.
Who decides, sir? The board?
The board will not decide on the research program.
Who decides, sir?
It's the research, the executive director assisted by the executive director assisted by the research committee of the school.
Because offhand, sir, I can think of a dozen more topics relevant that's not here.
Okay, if that is, that's what I mentioned, Mr. Chair. If there are other topics that may be suggested, then we would entertain that.
But what if nobody is willing to write on it or research on it? I mean, di ba? This is supply driven, meaning this is what the authors want to write about, research about. It's not demand driven. It's not what government needs at any given point in time. I presume this is all supply driven dahil may mga proponents eh.
Po.
Wala po kayong demand driven research?
Mayroon po. Let me give you an example. The Secretary of Agrarian Reform approached us to do an assessment of the Agrarian Reform Program after 25 years. So we're doing that research. We will be doing that research this year. It's not in here because that one is a demand-driven type of research. So we entertain research that may fall on us because one agency of the government would like us to do this particular research.
Sir, how much is the endowment fund right now?
120 million po.
120?
Opo.
Of which your income per year from that endowment fund is how much?
7 million.
And that's what you spend or you spend more?
We spend, that's what we spend. So we protect our corporate funds. So we can sustain.
But for 2015,
15?
you will have a projected net loss of 8.249 million? Tama po ba?
Okay. 2015 po?
Apa.
Only four, no? Well, maybe our finance director can
Please, sir.
explain this. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. For 2015, under the page which says under the heading comparative profit and loss statement, there is a column there in which for fiscal year 2015, under our proposal for profit and loss, we will incur a net loss of around 4.2 million. Yes, after well, before subsidy, it's 17.
Saan ganito? Let me ask her. On 2013, based on 2013 audited profit and loss statement, you suffered a loss of 518,000.
Yes, sir.
Saan na-charge to? Sa endowment fund? I presume.
Yes.
Wala na yung magkukunan eh.
Yeah.
For 2012, net income of 10.26.
Opo.
Accurate? For 2014, rather, net loss was at 8.249.
Yes, sir.
14 pala yun. For 2015, your projected net loss is 4.214.
Yes, sir.
So nagagalaw yung endowment fund?
Opo.
Nagagalaw siya. It was originally at how much, sir?
100. At the start of it, 17 million in 1974 to 79. But then now it's 120 million. About.
120 million as of today.
Yes.
So it will go down by 4 million next year. Tama pa?
Opo.
Sir, may I make
Please,
a
sir.
comment on
Please, sir.
the endowment and also on our earnings? Part of our problem, sir, is we have basically our revenues come from two sources, no? One primarily from rental income, which is the building that is owned by PCED, and also from
Ito
income
yung sa may building nyo.
sa Diliman po,
Sa School of Economics.
School of Economics po,
In the UP.
in UP.
Yung ba yung PSED? Di ba yung PSED nasa gilid?
PSED po is
Sa likod ng Balina Alumni? Yung ba yun?
hindi po, hindi
Which
po.
one is that?
PSED po is located within the UP School of Economics po.
Yung pong sinasabi niyo po ay yung hostel.
Hostel.
Nagiging university hotel which
Alin
we
yung
turned
PSED?
over.
Alin yung building na? Yung building mismo ng School of Economics?
School of Economics.
Correct, sir.
Yes.
Correct, sir.
Sa inyo yung building na yan?
PCD po yan.
Yeah.
PCD, asset po ng PCD.
Talaga?
yan.
Which we are making available for the School of Economics.
So yung mga classroom po, yung library po, those are all housed in PSED assets. Well, the other source of income po would be income from investments. And right now, because of the low interest rate climate, that is affecting our income stream. So that part, the income from investments, that has been affected by the low interest rate.
But what is the rule with respect to the endowment fund? Can you dip into it? Shouldn't it be protected? Diba? Make do with what you have. Subsidy
As
plus
much as
income.
possible po, we do not want to touch it. So because that will upset our flow each year.
But it's being touched almost every year except in 2012.
Yeah, we are trying our best to get some more subsidy from the government, but this year we are not so lucky with DBM. We were only given 13 million.
But isn't it a matter of reducing the research papers, for example, instead of 27?
That's also
You
one
can
of
come up with less so that you don't touch your endowment fund in 2015?
Eventually we will be going into that.
If eventually you will be going to that, sir, if I may ask, so why did you suffer a net loss, or why will you suffer a net loss of 8.2 in 2014? That can be avoided pa? Or not anymore? Contracted na yung mga researchers?
Contracted na po yan.
The 2013 researchers of PSED actually bye-bye. May 757,000, may 601,000, may 332,000. Where is this figure based on?
The cost of producing the research. There would be several researches that are collaborative in nature, so there are several faculty members doing the research. And there is a cost of research assistance.
Actual cost?
Actual cost, yeah.
But why are they the same, sir?
Sorry, the same?
They're the same. 2013, Clarete, ASEAN Economic Community, its impact on the Philippine economy, 757,593 pesos and 60 centavos. Fabelia, Development Progeria, I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, what it is and how it came about, exactly the same amount, 757,593.60.
Mr. Chair,
Please,
may
sir.
I explain?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The research activities of the PSED are grouped into two things: independent research and collaborative research. In the independent research, this stems back way back in the 1970s. The cost of that research was pegged on the salary of the faculty member. Something like 80% if you do not have any international publications, and 100% if you have international publications. This has been approved by the board way back in the 1970s. So that's independent research, and the funds of that was coming from the earnings of the investment of the corporate funds. Sometime in 2008, we have a global financial crisis, and we couldn't support anymore that particular research. So we started looking for other sources of funds, and that's when we created another program called collaborative research that are more, not so much the call of the faculty, but it's more what is demanded by other agencies. And that's when we started looking into the Congress, the legislative body for financial support. And that's why we are seeking subsidy.
It's okay, sir. No,
Yeah.
I'm just asking questions for the record, just to enlighten us. No imputations of anything. So, yung 200,000, 757,593,000, yung 332,236.80 is based on their salary.
Research.
Okay. And these researches, sir, are in the Econ Library?
Yes, po.
Are they published?
They are not published, not published. They are published in the sense that they are in our website, but they are not published in terms of international publications. Some of them are, because they are refereed. It's really up to.
PSED does not have a publication?
We do not have a.
Parang, kumbaga sa law, yung law journal. Parang
We have the Philippine Review of Economics, which we publish with the Philippine Economic Society.
And all of these are
But that is
placed
still
there.
refereed po. Kaya when the faculty submits it, then if it's accepted, then that's going to come out as a publication.
Okay, sir. Thank you. There being no questions and objections, the proposed budget or subsidy for the PCED for 2015 is hereby favorably recommended to plenary for its final approval and deliberation. So ordered. Thank you very much, sir. Maraming salamat po sa pagbisita. Magandang
Thank
umaga.
you, Mr. Chairman.
Hearing
Thank you,
is
Mr.
suspended.
Chair.